You know, Age of the Primes has given us a few hidden gems these last 2 years. Obviously, we have the 13 Primes, all of them finally getting a figure of their own accord. That isn't a shitty headmaster. Sorry, Power of the Primes fans, it's a bad gimmick. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? But we're getting fan-favourite characters remade with a modern generation's take, like the upcoming Armada Jetfire.
Soon, my beloved. Soon you will be mine.
But at the moment, their latest wave has a couple of retools, like Swerve, and a new take on the Trailbreaker mold in Animated Ratchet. Today, though, I'd like to focus on these two fellows, Prime Universe Smokescreen and Cliffjumper. Characters from a show that had a large budget enough to hire Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Nolan North, respectively, for these two characters. Yeah, how about that? My third main long-form video, and I'm already giving you guys a double review. Aren't you lucky? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't gonna get these guys originally. I just don't care for the Prime characters all that much. But it was my birthday recently, and I heard great things about the figures from a few other collectors. So I treated myself to these two voice actors, and I figured, why don't we do a comparison? See how they do compare. It's only fair. Hey, that rhymes. I didn't intend that. Oh well. Anyway, first off on appearances. Let's start with Dr. Bravestone here, since he's a reissue. Now, I've not held this mold before, but I'm impressed. The color contrast in the gunmetal grey with the red really accentuates one another, and the paint is applied well enough too. There's some greeblies from the front that I have a small concern about, with the paint being just under the windscreen, since it's on grey clear plastic. Are you serious, Joe? Why would you do this? No, it's fine. For now, gotta chill. Hasn't chipped yet, so I think we might be okay. For now. See, proportions are okay at a glance, but then you start noticing a few things the longer you look. He's got a molded neck added to the design, which kind of makes him look like he's been working his trap muscles a little too intensely. The feet are also a little weird. Like, from the front, they look kind of dainty, and because of the transformation, it's almost as if he's got inverted toes, so it really throws me off. I'm not gonna lie. Still, not a bad appearance for this guy. Back is pretty clean as well. I mean, apart from these two pieces hanging on the back. As for Nathan Drake here, I'm surprised. Honestly, Hasbro have done well with this version of the character. They've replicated that chest design well enough in this G1ification of the character with the blue paint on his abs. Just like Clifford the Big Red Bot, contrast of it and the overall white character helps. Plus, the sculpting on the legs is very nice. Definitely evokes the vibe from the show of many panels coming together to make a sleek and sharp design. A tiny little detail I appreciate is that on his left arm, they've deliberately sculpted the phase shifter he often uses in the show, so that's not a bad nod if you ask me. I do have an issue with the chest and head though. Like, to me, the head is either too low on the chest, even when tabbed in all the way, and it's just that tiny bit too high. Again, another trapezoid muscle being overworked. What the fuck is going on here? And the shoulders are weirdly proportioned alongside this. It just looks like someone's yanked on his shoulders and they've just been permanently shifted to make them look as wide as a Gears of War character. In before Gears of War collaboration, Joe Hasbro, when please. Overall, appearance-wise, these figures have some caveats to them, but honestly, after a couple of years, the re-release of the Tooth Fairy here still holds up, while the new take on Desmond Miles is appreciated, even if from certain angles it looks like he gets caught in the doorway of a mansion. But that doesn't mean they're not posable. Looking at Luke Hobbs first, I gotta be honest and say, I expected more. I know it's a figure from 2024, but there's so many limitations here that seem unnecessary. Right-angled elbows and knees aren't terrible, but I'll take it. There's no wrist swivel, which is fair, it's a deluxe, but you're gonna give him a wrist pivot? It has no purpose even in the transformation. What's the point of it here? The way the feet pivot as well, it feels like they were put on the wrong way, which makes me think that someone over at Joe Hasbro there was designing the legs and stuffed up on the design halfway, but just kept going and was a bit lazy about it. Like, why? I don't know, man. The articulation is all there for a deluxe, but it's just a bit odd with how it's executed. In contrast, the posability for Modi is impressive. Unlike the Red Bull here, he can look up. We've got a double bend at the elbow due to transformation, and the feet sort of click back a little bit if you want to get a bit of a bend there, and it's also got a bit of a pivot due to transformation as well. The doors show a decent bit of posability as well, actually, because they've got quite a bit of maneuverability. You can make him look like movie Bumblebee, or you can make him look like he was from the show. There are other issues with that, but we'll get more onto that later. So yeah, overall, we've got a decent range for old mate here, and it feels a lot more dynamic in comparison. As for accessories, both of these guys, of course, do come with them. They're quite stark in differences, but not bad either way. Now, starting off, Maui here comes with a few pea shooters that you can plug into his forearms as gauntlets, some hook or claw-like pieces that you can peg into them almost to give him like a hook blade situation. He also comes with a large double exhaust blaster piece, which can also double as a pincer with those hook pieces. There's clearly a lot of variety with these parts, and I'm here for it. One question though, why clear plastic? Like, I get it was clear plastic with the original figure in the 4-pack, but like, surely we could have done solid red plastic and painted them in the same gunmetal grey. Look, I get it, it might have put the figure out of budget for its size if that was to happen, but it would have been nice. And hey, would you look at that? Oswald Cobblepot here has painted accessories. He's only got 2 of them though. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I don't really see him with any other relics in the show as far as I'm aware, but he did have these 2 little peacekeeping cones. Even though they're quite stubby due to his arm posability and the size of the blasters being the same as the wrist, they fit the silhouette well and make for some great dynamic poses on them as well. While there's more variety in the accessories on display for one, the other makes up for it in a better implementation with the mold for sure. The next question is, does it work the same in their alt modes? The transformation for Black Adam is pretty enjoyable. The legs flip up and over itself to form the front of the car and connect to the chest, while the way the feet fold up to form the grille is slightly satisfying. I guess that's the trade-off for poor posability, still not worth it. And there's finally a use for that back kibble, filling in a small gap in the side of the chassis. And everything connects in a very solid manner. Same can't be said for Wade Wilson though. The connection of the legs forming the back of the car feels disjointed, and it takes a bit of effort to fold the shins up into the thighs well enough to avoid any gaps in the end. And every time I want to plug in the doors, they pop off when I'm just focusing on making sure everything fits on the transformation. That being said, I do like how the arms fold up. It's satisfying to peg them together and form the front of the car in the end. And after all is said and done, these alt modes do look stunning. The red Mustang, is it meant to be a Mustang? Can someone ask Siri for me? It looks big and blocky, even though it's a small deluxe, and I love it. The raised engine block is a subtle touch, but a welcome one, and those horns on the front grille just scream America to me. It's a solid silhouette all throughout, until you pop those accessories on. Yeah, they don't seem to work as well in this alt mode. Gives me mech tech energy, but lazier. As for the white, Porsche, Corvette, look, I'm not good with cars, just go with it, mate. It's definitely solid design-wise. The blue paint on the top is definitely a shine out here. The paint on the doors is also great, with the application of the number 38. Mate, check it out, another rhyme. I am on fire today. A nod to the original G1 Smokescreen's numbers on his car, but definitely a better design choice with how they've been painted on, just like in the show. I will admit, like I've already kind of said, the connections here don't feel solid enough. Like real gripe, again. But you can see that the doors just warp the plastic that they connect to just to keep the windscreen and windows flush, and I've got no idea how to fix the bloody thing without damaging the connection. If anyone has this figure and knows how to fix the issue, let me know in the comments. Maybe I just got a buggy figure. At least he has what feels like a nicer implementation of accessories in the form of funny looking exhaust ports. Silver lining, right?
Get it? Because silver accessories and it's got lines.
So, these two have their own flaws, yes, but they've each got a side to them that you can enjoy. All in all, both are fun to play around with in different ways, and ultimately the choice is yours if you were only to get one. Personally though, if you could get either one of these, I gotta recommend the Scorpion King first. Look, don't get me wrong, Superboy here is a fine toy, but with the quality issues with the doors constantly popping off for me, and the shins unclipping every time I want to pose it, it really holds him back. I'll take the limited posability on the Horned Hero here myself, because at least he's solid enough. Plus, he was an exclusive before, so it's still good to get him and see what people were going on about a couple of years back. Maybe my thoughts will change after a fix is found for the young bot, but for now, I'm gonna stick with admiring the hardened veteran. So, that was my double review of Age of the Prime's Cliffjumper and Smokescreen. If you enjoyed the video, pop your thumb on that thumb again, and if you have any thoughts, then again, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to see more from me in the future, go on and subscribe. Get amongst it. Once again, this is Honeyrock signing off. Oh yeah, Nolan North voiced Cliffjumper in the games as well. And that's part of the same universe as Transformers Prime, so they've voiced the same character. It's probably too late to bring that up, right? Nah, it'll be fine.